Guten Tag. Welcome back. This is Yolanda Rogers-Ballard with Now You're Cooking, the everyday cooking show for those of us that are families that are on the run, that need to get home and make a nutritious, hot, real meal for our families, especially in this economy, or those of us that have like roommates, you want to fix something for all of you to eat, or you just have a busy lifestyle, but you really want to cook in the kitchen, and you have your basic everything things that you have available at home. So thank you for viewing. Today's show is going to be somewhat of a German-style show with a little bit of flair from an urban mix as well as a southern mix. We're going to be making our cabbage, some fried cabbage, along with some carrots, onions, and potatoes. Also, we're going to be making some cornbread to go along with it. That's probably not really German, but it tastes good with it. And then we're also going to use beef sausage. You can decide to use whatever type of sausage that is best for you. I mean, some people, want to use kielbasa's or another type of Polish sausage or a real German-style sausage. But it's up to you. Our family prefers the beef sausage. So here I've already started prepping everything. I have some of my cabbage that's cut up in wedges. A good pointer about cabbage is that the outer ridges are somewhat hard and coarse, and that, hard, coarse portion doesn't cook as well or fry up as well. So whenever you cut your portion of cabbage, this is just a small head of cabbage, I just cut it in half, and then I started cutting the half in ridges according to wherever that hard portion is. Once you get it inside of your mixture here, you want to take them out. You look for them, and you'll be able to find where they are inside of your cabbage areas. These hard ridges here, I just take those out. Okay. And remember, you want to make as much cabbage as you possibly can because it's going to cook down almost to half of what you have because it's so full of water or liquid that once it starts cooking down, it's going to, go down really, shrink down really well, just like greens do. Of course, we want to rinse it off a little bit, get off any additional residue. There's one more other hard portion there. Get that out. And you can take it over to either your fryer pan with a little oil. You don't need a lot of oil. I want to make sure that it's not too hot. Turn that one down. I like to pan fry mine a little bit because it gives it a better flavor and taste to it when you pan fry it a little bit before you add your oil. And then you know that I always generally add my basic seasonings, my seasoned salt, and then my garlic powder, my onion powder, as well as my black pepper. Next I'm going to be adding the carrots. I've already cut up some carrots. I like to use the whole carrots, Bugs Bunny style carrots, because they have a better flavor and taste. But if you want to use whatever carrots you have, even if they are the baby carrots, that's fine. I just take them, use my potato or carrot peeler, peel that, and then I just cut them. I find it easier that if I put it in there and slice it like that and rotate it, it cuts easier instead of having it cut all the way through. And then, you wind up cutting your thumb. Then what we're going to do, since we have our cabbage frying, it's going to make its own juices. You can opt to put in a little water or broth if you'd like, but it will make its own juices. So after we get it pan fried just a little bit, we're going to start adding our other ingredients, which are our carrots and our potatoes. Then we're going to cover those. Now on my potatoes, I generally cut them in quarters, and then I just cube them or cut them in small little cubes as much as possible. You can use any kind of potato you want. You can opt to use new potatoes or russet potatoes or baked potatoes of any sort. Whatever you have available in your refrigerator. Same with the carrots. That's what you can use. This is a show that's designed for everyday people that have everyday things in their home. You don't have to go out and specialty buy anything unless we have a show that's dealing with specialized type of foods. But in this case, we're just going to make it the way that, you know, we can based on whatever we have available in our kitchens and what we want to use. So it's up to you. This is just a guide. Now you can see everything's frying up. We're going to leave the lid on. Let that fry up a little bit on medium to low to a medium to high heat. I'm going to put this firecracker back on again. And again, you can use canola oil or vegetable oil, whatever type of oil you have at home. You just want to use a dollop of it whenever you're frying the cabbage along with your potatoes and carrots, and when we start frying up our meat, which is our sausage. And a lot of people, you know, want to think about using olive oil for a lot of their frying and everything, but a lot of cooks think that using olive oil for high frying, medium to high frying, is not good. If you're low frying something or just kind of pan searing something or what have you, a lot of people say that may be fine for olive oil, but I like to use olive oil in a lot of my dishes anyhow, whether I am frying it on high or low. Here we just have a basic yellow onion. You can opt if you want to or not, depending on what you like to use, a yellow onion or any type of onion that you have available in your dish. Although I will be using my onion powder, you can still add a little onion for the additional flavor and taste. And of course, for me, I always rinse off all of my vegetables before I start cooking them. Some people say that the water makes them kind of waterlogged, but if you use them in a strainer or strain them off, it shouldn't be too bad. You just don't know what type of residue from the grocery store or from the farm, wherever it may have come from, is still on your food. And now we're going to add our onions in, along with our potatoes, carrots, and our cabbage. You'll notice that the cabbage, once it starts frying up pretty well, you'll see more liquid in the pan, as well as it'll have that tender look to it, and it'll be cooked down a little bit more. So will all of your other vegetables, especially if you put a lid on them. It'll help give them a little bit more moisture and locked in sealed flavor, and the steam will help cook them as well. I usually leave a pan of water here to keep my hands washed whenever I'm dealing with food. Once that starts cooking up, however, we will add our basic seasonings to it. We're going to coat it, you know, and then stir it up and coat it again. So that's what I usually do with the cabbage, because you want to make sure that all your vegetables that are in your pan are coated. Next, we're going to start our cornbread.